internet access to anybody that doesn't have it. They're even waiving the installation fee for the next 2 months.
Oh wow, that's actually a good idea. So that we can at least attend some sort of class, even on the computer. And I was
Right.
gonna say this
It's
though,
all,
but you gotta.
and the funny thing about it is,
You alright?
excuse me.
It's okay.
The funny thing about it is, it's only for
Don't
K through
smoke.
12. Colleges are screwed.
Well, that's okay because colleges are what now? Indoctrination factories for the left, so that doesn't really hurt us,
Exactly.
right? It's the same thing up here. I'm watching America, and I'm also watching Canada, and I'm also watching Europe, and I'm watching. It's the same policies. It's the leftist communist policy, communist socialist, whatever you want to call it. But these kids are being indoctrinated. See, I went to school. When I went to school, we were proud of our country. We'd do the Canadian anthem in the morning and things like that, and there was never anything about political parties. We did have social studies and things like that where all they did was tell us how the house works, like how seats work, but they didn't talk about parties, left versus right, or anything like that. After I got out of school, the indoctrination started because now I jam with young guys. I play instruments, so I jam with 20, 25-year-olds, and they're telling me stuff that I've never dealt with, you know. And then I look into it in the colleges. It's all cultural Marxism, bud. They're hating white people, and they're all priding Islam and priding all the violent anybody that wants to come in our country and exploit our country and keep dogging the white people. And it's just like, you know what, guys? Let's tell you the numbers. There's 7.5 billion people on this planet. White people consist of 9 to 10% of 7.5 billion people on this planet. And now the white people countries have to be invaded by every other country in the world? How long is it going to take before we're genocided and wiped right out?
Well,
not long. Once we're the minority,
what
not long. We'll be wiped right out. And I think that's the main plan, to wipe out white people.
what was funny is that it was either a Sanders or a Biden rally. There was a black gentleman there with he's a pro 2A guy, and down here there's a movement called Black Guns Matter, where they're trying to teach inner city kids about true gun safety and all this. And like I said, this is a black gentleman wearing a shirt that says Black Guns Matter.
Come on.
This white boy comes up, starts beating on him, calling him a racist and all this shit.
It's crazy, isn't it? We're living in clown world, literally, right now. All of us. Yeah, it's sad. We gotta push back on this globalism, open border bullshit. We just have to. I don't want to become a minority in my country. I'm sure that Americans don't want to become a minority in their country either. It's just, think about how stupid that sounds.
Well, I got news for you. Whites have been the minority in this country, even all the way back in Civil War times.
We've been the minority for the entirety of our human existence. We've always been the minority. Again, today in 2020, like I said, we're 10% of the whole globe. But we got to open our borders for the rest of the world. Look at what's happening in South Africa right now. Those farmers are being killed and genocided. And what's happening here in Canada is they're trying to immigrate here or become refugees here in Canada, and they're being sent right back to South Africa. But we're bringing in people from Afghanistan and Syria, no problem, as long as they're from the Muslim faith. They get welfare checks. They get to come in and rape our kids. They get special treatment, but we can't bring in South Africans here in Canada. The same thing would happen, I would imagine. I guess it depends on the situation, but if an American refugee wanted to come here to Canada, you have the same problem. If in fact you had to be
if we're white crossing the border, we're going to have some big issues.
So it's just the wiping out the white agenda. Which there wasn't one, it was just for white people, but the reality is their agenda is to wipe out white people. Again, for the entirety of our human race, we have always been the minority. The difference is we We made the best countries that were democratic countries that worked well, that added wealth, and now they want them destroyed. And it's coming. The orders are coming from the European Union, the UN, your Democrats, our leftists up here. We're all part of the same cabal. Then you got George Soros in the middle of this. He's a Nazi war criminal, just so you know, eh? Now, he was never a Nazi, but he worked with the Nazis. He was like 11 years old when...
That doesn't ring a bell to me, but...
Oh, George Soros? Yeah.
Sound muted.
Bio sam u bolnici malo, dobio sam nešto infuzije. Pa mi je pomoglo, ne. Tako da, mislim, nije nikakva korona, ni ništa. Kako je stanje kod vas tamo, se zahutava?
Sound resumed.
Up here have already approved a pipeline, the chiefs, but then we have hereditary chiefs that the government gave them more power. They're not elected chiefs. The elected chiefs, the hereditary chiefs in Canada are not elected. Then there's elected chiefs. Those guys agree on policy and things. They already agreed on a pipeline, and then it got shut down anyway. Of the hereditary chiefs saying, "Well, we don't want it." And by the way, here's these. They're blocking the rail lines and things. We've had 5 in the last 3 months. We've had 5 trains derailed, and so it stopped oil production, everything. It's a big fat game, and it's all paid for. That's all I'm trying to get at. Okay, it's all paid for. It's
well, the one thing I do love about down here, as far as the Democratic convention and all that, you know, right now they're going through trying to get all their delegates and all that. Bloomberg, in his infinite wisdom, decided to throw his horse in the race a little late. And, you know, just before Super Tuesday, which we had about, I think, like 8 or 10 states that, you know, some big numbers for delegates was up. Out of all that, Biden took the most. For all the money that Bloomberg dumped into it, he got one of our commonwealths. He didn't even pull a state down. He pulled down Samoa. And he's the one that screwed us down in Virginia.
Well, that Biden, those Bloombergs, and they're all globalists. They want open border.
Well, actually, Bloomberg would have been worse than Biden. I gotta admit, they were both a step up from Sanders. Sanders is just knucking butts.
I wouldn't elect him. He's a socialist. Get rid of the Democrats. Get rid of all Democrats in America, the way I see it. Go with the Republicans. You're a Republican state anyway. Whenever they said that America was a democratic, no, it's not. It's been when it was in the inception of America. It's been a republic. They got to remember that's not really a democratic process in America.
Sound muted.
Super, nema ništa, ovo ono, bilo ih je 9, cijelo vrijeme 9 i najedanput samo, ne znam, zatvorili škole, zatvorili vrtiće, smanjili ovo, smanjili ono, sad, gledaj, mislim, samo raste sad sve jedanput, samo raste broj, tako da, mislim da tu će biti svega.
Sound resumed.
All of our problem, the global takeover. Now we have the coronavirus. I don't know if this is just bullshit or not. I have no idea. I don't want to say it's not a pandemic.
I'm not saying by any means the coronavirus isn't bad.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's the flu on steroids. But if you look at the true numbers of it and all that, and who is dying, it's basically the really young, the elderly, and anybody with a compromised immune system. You know, a normal, healthy person, they getting sick, and it ain't good, but they live it.
Oh wow, I gotta pause this. Hold on. Sorry, I just want to say something, Gizmo. I'm in your channel in YouTube, and the delay is bringing up our old conversation from like 3 minutes ago. So
Yeah,
anyway, I see. Is
that's
that you,
that's
Gizzy, right there?
yeah, that's the stream. That's the stream. The stream is always coming like 10 seconds after on your computer and mine. So
Is the picture I see you in there, Gizmo, or
yeah,
what? Oh man, it's the first time I ever saw you in 10, 12 years.
cool.
Yeah, right on, dude. Right on.
Yeah,
It's
right
good
on.
to see you, brother.
Yeah. Hey, Crash, you can come. It's a link on the launch. You can.
Yeah, I checked into it. Unfortunately, I don't have my I can't get my Diablo 3 back
No, it's
because
okay.
it's linked to an old email account that I can't get back.
No. You can like click and watch it, just like that.
Yeah, no, but I don't want to see any more about Diablo 3 until I can get mine fixed. That way.
So, yeah, I'm
I
like.
had a badass warrior
Yeah,
on my Diablo.
yeah, yeah, but it's stuff like changed a bunch when you last play, man. There's a bunch of stuff changed. So I don't want to talk about it. So you will know.
Yeah, I
with
know.
me
I'm
again.
gonna have to relearn everything.
Yeah, but Diablo 4 is coming out this year, so.
Yeah, don't remind me.
You know what? I might even try that one with you, Gizzy. It's more of a watching game for me, but when it comes out, I may just buy it and just start over again with gaming again. Maybe I'll get into it. I don't know.
Hey,
I got the computer for it now.
Yeah, you got the computer.
Hey, Poner, did you by any chance get the
Frende,
new
ja
Modern
sam
Warfare?
gledao istraživanja neka, isto ću ti
No,
kažu
I was actually gonna buy that today, but
da može
I
uhvatiti
found out after moving
decu
stuff,
i da
I don't have enough
vrati
space, but I
vrlo
do have another terabyte S solid state drive that I had just it's in the
Stari
package. I
ljudi,
gotta
da,
put it in my computer,
da,
but I can buy it
stari
today. I
ljudi.
just gotta down my computer, install
Istina.
that hard drive, start over again.
I'll tell you what. I love the single player on it. I bought it. The multiplayer, unfortunately, with them not going back to dedicated servers and all that, does suck because they got that game room thing going. But even the secondary missions are co-op.
Gle, ne znam.
I was in one. It's online, but rather than you having to go fight everybody, there's like 4 or 5 of you working together against
Zato kaj, gle,
AI.
znači, i mi ja roditelj radim i radit ću dalje očito.
Sounds like fun.
Ne znam
What's
se-
happened
ne
to
znam
me
se
is I
dalje
stopped gaming
kaj će se dogoditi
altogether
s menom
for
isto,
years and
ne?
years and
Pa
years, and that's
mogu
why
ja
I've
dojem
been
doma
sort of
prehladu,
AFK and gone.
klince,
On my
klince
spare
mogu
time when I
donijeti
wasn't
u
working, I was
školu i tako
playing
to
drums
sve
and
može
guitar because I
proširiti.
actually
Tako
what's
da,
happening is
no.
I rent
Kod nas
a
se
house off my mom, so I have a whole house. She owns rent this one, pay all the bills for it.
Treba stišati.
But I put a drum kit up.
Sound muted.
U vrtiću ti se zarazila nekakva klinka, neko je bio u nekom vrtiću i došla je malo u vrtić i zarazila je cijeli vrtić. Ne? Znači neko od njihovih roditelja je bio očito zaražen, sad kaj se to, ne znam koliko stoje neke klinaca je u karanteni i ovo ono i bla 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 i bla bla. Cijelo sranje nastalo, ne? Tako da ono, zato su se zatvorili sve.
Sound
Here,
resumed.
we do our own thing. I don't care. We when we started off, we absolutely sucked. We couldn't even do anything for a long time. But then something happens. You get used to the way people play. You kind of learn how people play.
Yeah, then you can play off of each other.
Exactly, but it takes time. It doesn't happen over one day. It took probably 3 or 4 months before we sounded half decent. And then after that, it doesn't matter. Now that we got so used to each other, they can literally come here and we have nothing planned and we make a song out of our asses and it sounds good. I mean, good to us.
Like I said,
maybe not
in
good.
a situation like that, then you start talking to the local bars.
Yeah.
That way you can make a little bit of money.
I see what you're saying.
And
Yes.
plus a lot of times the band drinks for free.
pretty much. And hopefully the vagina's free. I'll just shut up. I can't remember what's allowed on this server. I'm pretty sure that's not allowed.
Right now it's open game, dude.
If I cuss, I don't mean to. It's just the beer. I just get comfortable and then I cuss.
I've been dropping the F-bombs and all that. Haven't you noticed that?
I'm just so used to this being a family server that I catch my tongue.
Well, that's just like Tiny Sniper. He's off at college now, I think. I mean, there's been, at most, I've seen 10 people playing.
Oh, actually, I want to say something off topic that I remember years ago. You won't remember that. You may remember this. I'll bring it up in your memory. I was wrong, and I want to apologize for that. It was like 8-9 years ago. We had a talk, and I wasn't political at the time. You got to remember, I was very ignorant. But I'd said that I told you at some point, we had a conversation about Fox News, and I had said that, it's basically fake news. And you disagreed, which is fine. We can agree to disagree. I find out later, especially with this globalist bullshit that we're dealing with, and with Trump being elected, that Fox News in America is probably more honest than any news station you have in America.
Fox News is the closest thing you have to true news.
I think so. And so now, 10 years later, I want to apologize because I found that to be the truth also.
Of a right-wing spin to it. Not as bad as major media puts the left-wing spin on everything.
For sure. That's radical left cultural. I just hate CNN and all your mainstream media. So I watch Fox News now. And so now I realize I was wrong, so I'm apologizing 8 years later.
Old are you, Boner?
Well, now I'm turning 42, but talking about this, I was probably about 31, 33. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. But I was wrong.
Yeah, I'm 47.
Yeah. So,
to look at me,
people
I look
learn.
like I'm about 60.
And same thing here. All the media's fake up here. I have to rely on Spencer Fernando, which is not fake. He's just a guy like me. You know what I mean? Basically, independent media is just independent news journalists now because our mainstream media is the same as most America.
Now, there is one commentator I will tell you to stay the hell away from. And he's a severe right-winger. And that's Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of Rush. I know he's dying of cancer right now. But, they attacked the hell out of him. The leftists attacked the hell out of him really bad, too, eh?
Yeah,
so,
but he deserves it.
Maybe. I don't know. You gotta remember, I haven't watched Rush. I wasn't brought up on Rush Limbaugh. I knew about him. That's about as far as that went.
I remember when I was in high school, I think it was during the first Clinton administration, they started having him on TV, and I listened to him right up until his spiel about single moms. I was raised by a single mother.
Me
I wanted
too.
to reach through the TV and choke the living shit out of some bitch.
Yeah, I was raised in a divorced family too, and I was raised by my mom mostly.
I never met my mother. I was solely raised by a single mom, and the way he was playing it off, at the time, all the world's troubles boiled down to single mothers. I want to reach through the TV and choke the living shit out of him.
Well, here's the thing. They've been demonizing the not only the white male, but just strong males in general. And trying to give women empowerment that you don't need a man. Yes, they do. But we end up with a bunch of single... Listen, I was raised by a single mom too, right? That wasn't the era, though. The era now is, like, when my mom was... She wasn't politically motivated to do that. It was a broken marriage. That's all it was. But in today's day and age, they're empowered. The women today, because of indoctrination, are empowered to shit on strong men. And they want to be single moms, and it doesn't work out. You should have a family. Even I'll say that today.
Anytime you believe one race gender, creed, or anything is above any other, it's turning the
Yeah.
world to shit.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. You know, never going to be equal, but equality, that's a progressive term again, right? Because you got to listen. There's probably going to be some views that we both agree and disagree on this, but men and women need each other.
Yeah,
Okay?
we do.
We do, and we also need each other to raise our children, to give them both sides and both perspectives, a man's view and a woman's view, as you're being raised. Now, I wished I had a decent. I mean, I had a decent upbringing until I was about 7 years old. That's when, and I was the youngest of 3, and that's when everything fell apart. So I was 7 years old when the marriage fell apart. So I always knew in that age, being raised by a single mother, you know, with a dad that I had to visit or wanted to visit once or twice a month. But thinking about it now, it would have been much better if they just stayed together and loved each other, because we would have had a stronger family today. But now, government prides that single mother. I don't think being a single mom is the way to go.
Well,
okay, I'm not saying they can't do the job. For sure they can. Like, super smart women out there. But what I'm saying is, it's both mom and dad, and if you can find a way to get that done. But the government has been attacking that ideology, and then bringing in foreigners for the entire time, sort of kind of replace that idea.
I mean,
right?
That's just like this Harvey Weinstein fiasco that we got going on down here. I mean, yeah, he's getting what he deserves, but a lot of this.
But listen to the women today, though. Like, I'll say this from my view. Women aren't, like, I'm not shacked up with a woman because, not that I love women, don't get me wrong. It's just they're thinking right? I don't really date women anymore, and I'm actually single male still, because it's easier for me to do that than to put up with an ideological leftist. Yeah, they've been tainted by this leftist ideology that they're just as strong as a man. It's like, no, you're not. Look at the MMA. Listen, men are physically stronger than women, but they want to say, oh, equality. No, we're the same. No, we're not. And then we have stupid things that happen where guys that are turning into women are on women's teams now and beating the crap out of women. So it's not really helping their case. You get what I'm saying?
Down here in the States,
it's clown world.
There's actually 3 high school students that are suing because of these transgender people coming over.
They should never be on this game. Listen,
and they're like, we can't compete with them.
The leftists want you to believe
the physical attributes of a male. Now, I'm not saying there aren't women out there that can just flat, whoop the fuck out of any man. I mean, look at Ronda Rousey. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, she'd kick the crap out of me. I could tell you for sure. I wouldn't want
to
go to No way. No way.
My God,
she's
guys.
hot, by the way.
Oh my God.
I actually think I'd like it to be beat up by a hot woman. I actually might like it.
No, because
I know what
she
you're
would
saying.
beat you in ways that are not fun.
The problem here is,
I honestly think that I don't know if you guys watch wrestling, but there's the big guy Brock Lesnar that nobody can beat. I think Ronda would flat clean his clock.
Oh, I don't know about that one, but I don't know. Brock Lesnar is a massive behemoth of a man.
Well, he would know
He's a strong dude, too.
He would know she's been there. It wouldn't be no cakewalk for him.
No, but all I'm saying is they're instilling this leftist ideology in women that you don't need a man. By the way, there's how many different genders now? No, there's only 2, man and woman. That's it. Period. That's what science has told us.
Male and female.
That's it. XY chromosome. Sorry to tell you, by science, yet we're bringing in ideology. So now we have, how many sheets we have about different genders? I don't even know. Zer, all this stupid shit. And now the schools are making it in Canada. I'm sure this is happening in America too, where if the teacher finds out that the student says, Zer or Z, he has to now make sure that he understands that and doesn't call her a man or a male and say a Z or Zer, which is a mental problem. And so they're instilling this in public schools.
I can't work in school.
That's where Jordan Peterson, that's where he came from. He says, no, he was a leftist too, by the way. And he said, no, I'm out. There's many more reasons than that. But how many genders are there? In my mind, that's what science has told us. But in the leftist ideology, there are sheets and sheets and probably hundreds of them. It's ridiculous. So they want us to be forced into the clown world and accept the reality, and I'm saying it's not right. And by the way, I can't live like that. I can't meet a woman that I think is hot and she says, well, I'm actually a man and I'm offended if you don't call me a man. It doesn't happen yet, but it's going to. And when it does, I'll be disgusted. But that's the kind of indoctrination that's going on. It's really ridiculous. People have to know that there is only two genders. And yes, gay people are very real. I understand that. It's whatever, you're attracted to whatever you are. That's hardwired in from birth, I think. And then you got people saying, well, I could turn a straight man into a gay man. Try it on this guy. I gotta tell you something right now.
Try it on this guy.
Yeah, or you. That doesn't work like that. You're either bisexual or you're straight up heterosexual as a male, because for me, there's no way. It doesn't matter how good looking the guy would be or whatever, I could never, ever get excited that way, because it's hardwired in that I like women. And so if I was bisexual, I could see going both ways, but they're trying to say that even straight men can go both ways. I'm going, no, because I'm a straight man and there's no way. There is no way, right?
On that one,
and that's just hardwired in from birth, okay?
On that point there.
So we got weird.
Ron White, from the Redneck Comedy Tour comedian, he does make a good point. He's like, every man is gay. It's just what point of gay you are. And you go, no, he's like, okay, you're sitting there watching porn. You want me to watch a woman get it by some little, pinky dick? Or they're like, no, we want a big... Exactly.
Well, the thing is with me, is if I'm going to get naked with anybody, it has to be a female. I can't even do a threesome with another male, two guys banging the same guy. I would be turned off, never get hard. It's just not it doesn't excite me.
Exactly.
So, to think of a guy's cock is to me, grosses me out unless I'm thinking of mine. You get what I'm saying? That doesn't change. Not every male is gay. I don't know. I can tell you this, there's a lot of mental problems happening in the world, and you can thank medication and antidepressants for that. Antidepressants, the doctors have been just pumping into people for the last 50 years. Yeah. They're trying to change your mind. Get it? So they're using drugs also.
Another thing they've been going nuts on are all these drugs for kids.
Exactly, like Retland, don't do it. I've met 10-year-olds that their moms.
There are actual kids that the drugs do help.
Yes.
But
I agree.
For the most part, they are over-prescribed.
That's why I say today, the typical doctor, when you go into a walk-in clinic in Canada or a hospital, I look at them as glorified drug dealers, and I know what's going on behind this. The pharmaceutical companies own the schools that these doctors go to, so they don't know about natural ways of curing cancer, natural ways of this, or curing depression. They tell them, this is the pill for that kind of depression, this is the pill for that, and that's what they're learning in these medical schools, because the pharmaceutical companies own them, the schools themselves. So we get doctors that aren't really into... Okay, I'll give you an example. When I go into a doctor, it doesn't matter, walk-in clinic or whatever, and I say, I feel horrible, this is my symptoms. I've done this all my life. I've done this, not all my life, but I've done this many, many times, like all of us have. And one thing I'll say, no doctor has ever asked me, what are you eating? Not once. And I'll tell you something. A lot of your problems is because of what you're eating. Depression can be brought on from eating nothing but junk food. Just that, because there's a the salts and the fats and everything.
Well,
There's the bliss point, right? And it releases serotonin and all this stuff in your brain, right? So they're not talking proper diet. The doctors today, but the doctors today say, "What's your symptom? Here's a pill for it." They don't ask you. They're not getting personal. They don't ask you about what are you eating and how's your stress in your life. What do you do for a living? None of that. They just simply go, "Are you feeling depressed? Here's a pill. You feel pain? Here's a pill." That's not a doctor. That's now a glorified drug dealer. And behind that curtain, and I'll tell you this, the doctors get kickback checks mailed to them from the pharmaceutical companies to their houses for the prescriptions that they are prescribing to their patients. So they get paid for the drugs they push. It's called a kickback. So that's corruption altogether. Okay, yeah, but that's corruption. You see that problem there. I'm not saying all doctors are bad either when I say that. I'm just saying that most doctors want to push drugs into your system without asking how you're doing. Like, what are you eating? What do you do for a living? Did your wife just leave you? All these are factors. You know, that can cause depression for people, and you may not have clinical depression. Anyway, I'm gonna stop there. Gizmo, sorry about this stuff. Hopefully you're okay.
Dude, I'm playing. What? You guys talking? So what?
That's all we're doing, brother.
I'm what? I'm not. That's tough. It's okay.
Yep.
It's okay.
That's all we're doing, and we're not trying to piss off anybody or anything.
No.
Just two guys, just three guys, you know, having a beer talking.
Yeah, you guys talk. I have my friend on my chat, so I see. I'm
actually
typing something on the YouTube. Yeah, talking with him. So it's all right, buddy. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, as long as you're okay with it. Hey, I'm at your YouTube thing. I hit play, but I think live, or are you not live anymore?
Yeah, I am live. I'm still playing. I'm still playing, buddy. But this is like a casual play. I'm like too tired and shit, you know. Try a follow button, subscribe or something like that. When you get on the channel, you have your own account on YouTube. Partner, you still there? Hello, dude. What's
I'm still here, Gizzy. I just gotta.
What?
I gotta take a leak again because I'm drinking beer. I'll be right back, Gizzy.
Okay, buddy. Don't worry. Oh my god. Koji luđaci dok piju, Kipap dođe tu i pije pivu i hoće me prestiti. I onda smo mi ludi, evo. Bog ti, evo, man. Sjediš prije frende, bit će bolje. Biće vremena još i za druženje i za sve. Samo da bude sve okej. Nek ova korona glupa prođe i sve to i bit će sve dobro. Šta imaš? Vidi. 11.2. Evo, može. Može. Olušteno. Šta to znači? Kod mene ti je olušteno da ja Ušten. Šta znači to? Sorry. Opa. Opa. Kud si krenuo? Lepi.
All right, I'm back. This is some pretty good beer.
Yeah, okay.
I like it.
I'm glad you like it.
It's a Bavarian style beer, it says. Bavarian style beer. Very good.
Okay, yeah, you can go on the channel and try press subscribe or something like that.
I'm actually on your video, but when I hit play, like I paused it, right? It's actually playing back from a while ago, but
yeah, just
I'm on your
live
channel.
go shut down the
Fast forward?
just shut down web browser and go on the channel again. Just press on my link again. Yeah, so.
Okay, I'll do that.
And press subscribe or something like that.
I did. I gave you a thumbs up. I subscribed. I also did the bell thing. I gave you all the props, dude.
Thank you, man. Oh my god, I'm gonna sleep in this chair, dude. It's like midnight and 30 minutes, dude.
I know. Are you in let me guess. Are you in Croatia? I can't remember if I'm remembering that correctly or not. I don't remember.
Yeah, Croatia.
Okay. At least I got that. So I'm pretty sure it's from Croatia, but I wasn't sure anymore.
Dude, come on, we talk about that quite a bit, man.
I know.
And you forgot where I live. Come on.
There's a couple. I think there was a friend that you had that was really cool too. I remember him at all, but I remember he was a cool dude.
My friend?
Yeah, we're talking years ago, Gaz. Like you had some friends from Croatia that were, with us playing.
They were playing with me.
Yeah, and I was playing with you guys too. But it was pretty cool dudes anyway.
What did we play?
I think at the time Call of Duty. We're doing Call of Duty and stuff. Like the old school.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't remember that. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Oh wow, that game looks awesome. Okay, I'm just hearing. I came back in, but whatever game you're playing, I don't know. Is that The Witcher?
What, this one?
Yeah.
It's Diablo 3.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that's how much I don't know anymore.
Nah.
That's pretty cool though. I like the graphics. The graphics are good.
It's looking nice, but no, I'm playing so casual, man. I just want to go to sleep. I'm gonna stay with you a couple of minutes more, and
yeah,
gotta go sleep, man.
Yeah, I understand, man.
If I have better internet, I will stream the Call of Duty, so you can see the new one, how it look like. But if I fire that game, probably it's not gonna be good. My internet is so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I can show you how the game look only if you want to see it.
Actually, I wouldn't mind, but I don't. You want to launch?
Yeah,
real quick
yeah.
And I can see it off this channel, right? This live channel.
You can see this. You can see it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I wouldn't mind actually looking at it, but then go to bed, busy. I don't want to keep you up. It's only dinner time here in Canada, 5:30 p.m. That's it. So I got a long ways to go before I get tired.
Don't you?
Another 5 hours.
Here we go. Yeah. This is the one. Yeah. I'm gonna just show you the menu and stuff.
I'm gonna get out of this channel and hit the link again because I'm pretty sure I'm still playing.
What?
From a few minutes ago. There, I'm just relaunching your link.
You don't have to do that.
Okay. Yeah, you're gone now, I think.
Don't worry about it. Can you see it now?
Yep, I'm on YouTube watching it. Yep.
Okay, there's like, see, campaign, multiplayer, Warzone, co-op, store, blah blah blah. So, did you buy the game or?
I'll buy it later. I got to put another hard drive in, my terabyte, the one that I just bought. I'm gonna put that in because I took off 30 gigs, but I'll tell you where I'm at and check my.
Okay, I'm gonna try launch one game and give me a sec.
So yeah, I've only got, even after moving 30 gigs, 54.7 gigs left. So it's not enough to run the game. So I'll just put the new drive in after we're done and install it. But I'll buy it. I don't mind. I actually want to play it. I really do.
Yeah, I didn't buy a season pass, but I don't care. Give me a second, quick play. I forgot about it. I didn't play it quite a bit now. Ground board, quick play, filters, default, capture, blah blah blah. Team
That guy looks like a cool character.
Yeah, yeah. And you can choose a bunch of stuff. Don't worry about it.
You guys playing Diablo, aren't you?
Not mine anymore.
No.
I'm playing a new Call of Duty.
The Modern Warfare?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy that tonight.
Well, don't you have some stuff you can take off your computer to make room for it?
I did. I moved off 30 gigs, and I've only got 57 gigs left. So I need 100 gigs for this game, is what Gizzy's saying. So I've got a terabyte hard drive. It's in the package. I just got to put it in my new SSD. So I'll put that in after all this and install. I'll buy it because I want to try it. It's my new computer, right?
Yeah.
I really want to try this game.
I'm gonna show you the gameplay real quick, and I gotta go. It's almost 1 o'clock.
Yeah, no problem.
In the morning.
Gizmo.
Where you live at, Giz?
I understand.
Where I'm living?
Yeah, where you from?
Croatia.
Croatia.
Right. How bad is all this bug hit you guys?
Oh, it's bad, man.
Worldwide pandemic.
Yep.
Is your government shutting everything down?
Yep. Yeah, they shut down all the schools and the kindergartens and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's not a pandemic yet, but it's gonna be. It's gonna be like maybe tomorrow. They're gonna say it. Just they don't want to say it yet, but they're gonna say it.
Well, no, the World Health Organization said it already 8 or 9 days ago, and they said that it's a worldwide pandemic. They have already announced that, so that means you guys too in Croatia. The World Health
I
Organization.
mean, the Italy is my neighbor country, you know. So.
Yeah. And apparently, from what I understand, Italy has locked its whole country down. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And here's Canada. Come on in, China. Just self-segregate yourself. That's what's going on. They want to kill us, bud. Yeah, I'm serious. It's incompetent. Like, we got Italians coming off of our airport saying, we were in Italy, really good. We come to Canada, there's no screening. I have a video to show you that. And from Italians. They're awesome people.
Jesus.
So if you're going to bring the corona here, don't come here. I don't care
Well,
where you're from.
and that's just it.
They can bring Corona,
That's
but
how
the
they're
beer,
gonna
you
get
know.
to America,
Yeah.
because Trump done said we ain't allowing no European travelers coming over.
Well, that's what he said just the other night, and I'm like, that's a president. That's what a president's supposed to do. That's what a prime minister is supposed to do in Canada, but that guy's not doing
No, now
anything
what they're
about
gonna
that.
do is, well, he did. Unfortunately, he didn't kick out Britain. He said Brits could still come over.
Yeah.
But what they're going to do is they're going to come into Canada and then come down from Canada up to us.
I want to say this, and it's the truth, but I never thought I would ever have to say this to my American friends. I never even imagined this 10 years ago, 5 years ago. But I'll say this. I love my Americans, but we are a national security threat to our country right now, as we speak. And unless we get rid of this government, we're always going to be a national security threat. So we need a border here, not to keep the Americans out, but to keep the foreigners that are coming here out of America to go and terrorize you guys. Because we have a lot of Islamists out here and ISIS members that want to keep going to America and attack you guys. Coming from Canada, and they're not Canadian. So, dude, I'm sorry to say that we are a national security threat, and we are your neighbor, cousin, brother, sister, and we are a national security threat. And I'm sorry about that.
That's just it, Poner. We've already got the extremists here. They've even got training here. So, it ain't.
But at least Trump has got some sort of control over it where we don't. These leftists out here letting ISIS run abroad. We're paying them millions of dollars. We're paying terrorists millions of dollars. Whole market out. Locked up in Guantanamo $5 million from our Canadian government, from our money. And we hate this guy. Canadians hate this guy. He's a terrorist. So things like that. We did that not once, but 4 times now. 4 different terrorists paid $10.5 million a piece. These are ISIS members. They live in multi-millionaires. That's why I'm saying we are a national security threat. Because our government prides ISIS members and terrorists, and we also fund terrorism. And we are forced to fund terrorism. It's my tax dollars funding it. I have no control over that. They take the money off my checks. And I hate it. I'm going, this is horrible. I team up with my American brothers and sisters any day, but I would never team up with any Muslim ISIS member from anywhere, even if you're Canadian. So what's happening is treason is happening because we got these ISIS Canada fighting Americans and Canadians, and then coming back to Canada. They fought our soldiers and killed our soldiers coming back to Canada. That's treason, my friend. That's treason. They're still living here, getting welfare. Think about that. That's how bad the situation really is. If I left this country and went to Afghanistan, I have just committed treason. And if I get caught, I would know what to expect. It's called death. That's happening, but not with Canadians. It's happening with ISIS Canadians. It's their parents moved here 30 years ago, had a kid, and their kid became a radical ISIS member, fighting Americans overseas, fighting Canadians overseas. And they still live here and still have their citizenship. That's what the kind of nonsense that's happening here, my friend.
Well,
it's nonsense. They're terrorists.
I have no problem with Muslims in general. I
don't either. Yeah, but than Muslims. Okay, I'm going to tell you the difference. There is Muslims, which most are not bad. A lot are kind of radicalized anyways, but then there's big difference between the average Muslim and Islamists. Islamists know better than, say, the non-Muslims. Yeah, because they're political Islam. They get into your government and they turn it into a Muslim country. That's what's happened 57 times over in this world. There's 57 Muslim countries, and that's how it was done. Not your average Muslim. So it's not the Muslims. I don't hate the Muslims at all. It's the political Islam that turned democracies into totalitarian Islamic states. And they're trying to do it here to Canada, and they're trying to do it to America, and they're trying to do it to most countries in Europe. That's what's going on. The UN supports it. The EU supports it. Your leftist parties all support this government. It's a worldwide takeover. Right? We want to install Islamism and communism and get rid of democracy. Republic. In your case, for America, you're a republic, right? You need to remind your American Okay, it's a republic in America. Canada. But America. That may save you at the end. And you know what else is going to save you? Is the fact that you should not ever give up your guns. And don't. It's in your Constitution. Okay?
Yeah.
We don't have that in Canada, and they're going after our guns right now. We got criminals that are gang members, killing gang members, and they're coming after the legal citizens and taking away our guns. It's just a ploy. Cause the problem, and then take away the guns. So, the same thing happened in Germany just before World War II started. It happened with the Nazis. They went around killing German citizens. They took their guns, and then once it started, they started killing German Jews, you know, and German citizens also fighting Jews, right? What was the first thing they did? There you go. Don't give up your weapons. Don't ever give up your weapons. We may not have a choice in Canada, but you do.
The war you talked about, where that's going to pop off is down in, whenever them leftists down there actually do try to come after those guns. Oh my God.
Yeah, I wish they would, because I want these Republican Americans to do their job, and you guys will make it clear that you are not going to give up your guns. And if you have to do what you got to do to make it clear, do it. Because the reality is, it's in your Constitution. It's not in ours, but it's in yours, so keep it. And don't let any Democrat or any Virginian Democrat ever say that we're banning your guns. That's against the Constitution. That's also... Is that not treason? I don't know. Would that be considered treason? I think it might be. I think it is. You know? So, I don't know. It's, just don't give up your guns, buddy. Don't ever do it.
And, you know, that's just it. You know, everybody thinks it's only our Second Amendment rights that are on... that are being attacked. But no, even our First Amendment rights are being attacked. Because unless you are towing the leftist line in your speech, you are getting pummeled with all this racist BS when you're just stating facts.
Is that not communism? I mean, that to me seems like communism. So socialists are communists, but to me they're one and the same. I know people think there's a difference. I'm going, there isn't, because it starts with socialism, ends with communism, with the same people.
Well,
we start by taking away your freedom of speech, your weapons. I want to say, don't offend anybody, so you're retaining freedom of speech. That, my friend, is communism, you know? In my mind, anyway. So these Democrats are communists. Same thing with the leftists up here. They're not socialists, they're communists. Just that, and there's not one. Here's the thing: people think that communism is a one that's all. No, there's different forms of fascism. There's different forms of communism. And to me, socialism is communism. It's the same thing. Promise the people the world, and then take their money, take their jobs, and then they're on welfare, and then cut off the welfare. What do you think happened in Venezuela in the last 20 years?
Well, that's just it. You know, promoting.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
exactly.
nobody's truly tried socialism.
Take a look at Venezuela. Cuba. You guys are in Cuba. Now, Cuban people are awesome. They're awesome, but go down. Go find out what communism is.
Hope you came in to be ready to hear an earful of political.
Wow.
They probably don't. They probably don't.
Don't bother me.
Yeah. Well, you say that. But... Oh well.
Oh, we ripping on all the leftists.
Oh god. They're out of control. Come on. The average person knows they're gone stupid, and I'm going, no. Now we're in clown world, and we gotta fix it. Now, the only way to fix it is not only to boot these people out of office, but I'm sorry, but some people have to be charged with treason and lose their lives over this. If we're not willing to do that, then we're not willing to shake it.
Reloading. Yeah. I'll run in palace. We need new people in there.
Hey, Mullet,
Yeah, mate.
how bad is this freaking down there?
Well, it's not my reputation. We've had a few die, I think.
Yeah, but
Idemo recimo ništa.
saying it is.
They're always saying it's bad, you know.
We'll attack them harder next time.
Government saying
We'll
it's
see
bad.
if the graphics are
They're
awesome.
stopping people coming into the country.
Do you like the game? Do you like the game?
Mass invasion to change the voter bloc. That's what's happening. Mass invasion to change the voter bloc to the Democrat, leftist, communist ideology. And with mass immigration, you never get out of it. That's why mass immigration exists.
Well,
So there you go.
I gotta admit, Australia's always had it right. They don't allow too many people to come
Okay,
in.
guys.
You shouldn't.
I gotta go. So
All right.
See,
I'll
see
catch
you
up with you
Gizmo.
tomorrow. Okay. You have
All
a
right.
good
See,
one.
see
Well,
you,
they do.
Gizmo.
They let too many people in here. They let the Chinese.
Disconnected.
Frende, jesi ti još tu jebate? Ha? Sad čujem. Ili si otišao spavat? Halo? Halo? Jesi, da. Ajde ništa, probat ćemo sutra onda. Ja i ti malo da se družimo. Ako ništa probat ćemo možda u nedjelju, možda i popodne. Djecu poslije ručka malo stanem spavat, pa da vratim. Pa ću vidjeti. Onda. Uvijek sam sad na kasno, prekasno budenje, spavat se. Ajde, ti više. Budi dobar, okej? Moći se čuli sutra. Može? Samo ti šalji poruku, nešto pa će se ja nije problem. Može? Ćemo se tu ugasiti. Onda ćemo izaći van. Može, sam javi nama. Hoću. Ajde, laku noć, prijatelj. Odi spavati. Ajde. Čujemo se.